So, a couple weeks ago, I received an email from a stranger on the internet asking if I would be interested in receiving and testing a tool from Amazon. And of course, my first reaction when they send me this question and they send me links to an Amazon, I'm like, this is a scam. But I rolled the dice for you. I clicked the link even against my cybersecurity training that all the training I've taken. Don't click the link. Well, I clicked it. And I rolled the dice, and I even gave this stranger from the internet my personal information. And then I was sweating for like a week because I didn't hear back from him. And then I started getting all sorts of weird notifications on my phone. So I'm like, great, I got scammed. And they stole my identity or something like that, right? So a week or so goes by, and I did in fact receive something in the mail, and I have not opened it yet. I wanted to record my legitimate first reactions, so let's go rip in. So this was like $18 or so, $17.99 on Amazon. Looks like a code reader or just a basic OBD2 code reader. Figure that out. Not exactly sure how to pronounce it. Kingbolen, whatever that is. I looked at the website, the Amazon description and the sales information, and it did actually look like a interesting tool. It looked pretty cool, especially for the price. They're offering something that claims to be able to do graphing and all sorts of other things. This is the first unboxing, by the way. This is my actual, weight wise, it feels good in my hand. It feels solid. The cable feels okay. It feels just like any other code reader or scanner I've ever used. No concerns with the quality. I do like that the screen came with this little protector. So if I was going to continue to use this, I would leave that on there. In my hand, I like that I can reach all of the buttons with, I can leave it in my hand and I can use just one finger. What else did it come with in the box? I thought I saw a cable go flying somewhere. It gave you a USB cable, which is possibly for software updates or something like that. Maybe there's some instructions in the box. There appears to be some sort of instructions. I'm gonna need probably two hands to open this up. So here's the instructions unfolded, and they're actually pretty impressive. Seems to be, all of the information you would need to operate the tool. I know that the tool has several different modes. Okay, and then I notice on the back side of the instructions, it's all folded up, messed up. We've got abbreviations list, which is really pretty cool because when you look at generic OBD2 data, you're going to see numbers, you're going to see abbreviations, and it's great that they just included that with it. Of course you can look it up, but it's nice that they have that just right in the box. Okay, so let's plug it in to the truck here and see what it does. Screw the instructions, because usually when we play with something like this, we want to plug it in and it should just be intuitive to use, right? So let's go for it. Twist that real quick. So one thing I did notice right away is right on the bottom of that screen there, it looks like I don't know what it is, if it's damaged to the screen, but it kind of looks like whatever it is underneath that protective film. Not a huge deal for me, but it may bother somebody if you paid for this tool and ordered it off the internet and you received it that way. Doesn't really bother me, so long as the tool works. Let's go ahead and plug it in, whatever the DLC is. Okay, so it powers up on its own right when you plug it in. DTC lookup, settings. I like to go into settings before I play with anything. Units, English, Cool. System info. The buttons feel good. You know, when I press them, they feel like they wouldn't just break. I don't know, maybe it will break. Display test. Pretty cool that it has this feature. Look at that. It cycles through different colors and lets you test whether the screen is working. Oh, look at that. Button test. So far, I'm pretty impressed, and I haven't even started using it yet. Okay, language, I'm obviously going to do English, so I don't think I'll play with that. Battery, let's go into that. Is it reading anything? It says 12.1 volts. Oh, it is. So look at that. It's actually graphing the data, the battery voltage data, and the key's off right now. So that would most likely mean that the tool is actually measuring the 12-volt battery from the port here, because at the port you should have a power and a ground directly from the battery. That's what powers up the tool, and I assume that that's what the tool is measuring. It's pretty impressive that we've got a graphing feature here, and it gives you the minimum and maximum. Let's see, if I turn the key on, you should see the voltage drop. And it does. I actually really like that graphing feature. 11.7. So you can kind of keep an eye on the battery voltage going down as, you know, with the key on. Let me turn the key back off. The voltage should start to come back up. Yeah, it does a little bit. Really cool. I like that. Okay. Let's go to diagnostics. Probably help if I had the key on. That was actually pretty cool. Let me go back and try that again with the key on. Hit OK. Yeah, that was quick. It does detect the protocol pretty quickly, the communication protocol. Already getting the tool dirty. We got monitor status. That's a good thing. Lets you know if you're ready for emissions testing. We've gotten 0 monitors incomplete, so that's some good to know information. This vehicle, 2007 Silverado, this is a OBD2 requirement that we are able to communicate with powertrain modules. So we've got an ECM, but this module, you know, $07EA, that could potentially be the transmission control module. So let's see. I like how quick, you know, I'm in and out of these data lists, and it's just quick. There's no lag. The tool's easy to use in my one hand. So looks like this is some transmission data, but there's not really anything useful here. That's not really the fault of the tool, because I have looked at this vehicle's transmission data with another code reader, and it read the exact same thing. So that's just what the vehicle is giving us. What can we do here? Component test. Okay, not supported. That's not a big deal. This is not a scan tool. This is a basic code reader. But it would be impressive if we were able to do some sort of test. This is engine data, or engine codes. Good thing we don't have anything. Nothing to fix here. Live data. Key is on. The engine's not running right now. So this is typically the kind of data that you will see when you use a generic code reader or scanner. You know, I'm not even going to call it a scanner. It's a code reader. It's an OBD2 basic scan tool or a code reader. Again, this is something you would take with you. If I was a professional mechanic, which I am, I would keep this in the top drawer of my toolbox to quickly check codes, erase codes, quickly read some data. And then I'll tell you some other things that I could probably do with this when we get that far. Okay, so this is pretty generic data. This is what they are required by law to actually provide you. Okay, I've noticed that it has the ability to record and playback. So that is a big plus on a cheap, simple tool like this. Looks like, are we able to just record one PID or what? Oh, we can select multiple PIDs that we want to record. How many can we select? Looks like we can record quite a bit. Big plus if we can record all of them. Would be nice if there was an option to select all. Now what do? Hit OK again? No. Looks like you cannot, if I press it too fast, it doesn't like that. Okay, so now I don't know what to do from here. I just hit back and it's giving me this option, so I'll go into memory slot 1. So it would appear that we are now recording data. Let me start up the engine. See that engine load, change around. Data rate is a little bit slow, but that's kind of to be expected sometimes. It kind of depends on what car you're talking to, what protocol you're using. Usually the speed on your data rate is limited to the car itself and not the tool. So allegedly, according to what we just did, we are recording data, right? Can I hit OK? Can I hit back? Yeah, I don't know. Playback. Memory slot 1. Press OK to switch to the next frame. So it looks like I can hit OK. Frame, because I hit frame 3, frame 1, frame 3. So this is actually useful. It could be useful if you were having an intermittent problem or you're driving along and you wanted to record data. It's really nice that this cheap tool is able to do that. Okay, graphing. This is what I was really interested in. Graphing data. Okay, so now it looks like we are able to select the PIDs that we want to graph. How many can we graph at once? That would be great if we could graph some of these. Are we limited to only these PIDs that we can graph? Load, RPM, mass air, and throttle position. And then hit OK. No, hit back, maybe. The data rate there is really nice, actually. I love this graphing feature. Very impressive for a cheap tool like this. I would buy it simply for this, especially at the price point. They're only selling it for $17.99. And if I saw this, which I did, when I looked at their website on the features, I saw this and I was very interested in what kind of, what we could do with this. So what I want to know is if I go back, will it save what I saw? No. Okay, it'll only graph if you leave it on the screen. But still, this is pretty useful because you could potentially diagnose maybe a throttle position sensor dropping out here. You could potentially diagnose a mass airflow sensor dropping out. You could even probably perform a rough volumetric efficiency test with this. For example, if I were to calculate load and then go back, if I were to put this in gear and then go drive it, put the pedal to the floor, my load should hit at least 80%. And if it doesn't, that would tell me my mass airflow sensor is potentially reading low, or the engine has a plugged exhaust or something like that. And I may do another video of the certain kinds of tests that a professional technician could do with a cheap tool like this. But for now, this is the first impressions video. This is kind of a first impressions review. Again, I did not look at any of the instructions because I want to just see that the tool is intuitive and easy to use. Freeze frame data. Okay, cool. This is all generic OBD2 functions here. So nothing super special about any of this. I do like that it has access to mode 6 data, and I will elaborate on mode 6 data in another video because I want to show you what you can do. Oh, actually, maybe I'll just do it on this video because it's showing you right here, misfire data. So mode 6 is like deep in the code kind of information on what the ECM sees when it determines a misfire test or whatever. So you could, like on Fords are really bad about not setting misfire codes and they're hard to diagnose. So you usually want to use mode 6 data to help you diagnose a misfire on a Ford. And it's really nice that this tool has access to mode 6 data. What else could I look at here? I think that's kind of it for first impressions. I could, of course, connect to another vehicle and another protocol, but the only thing that's going to change is what data PIDs we're able to look at, the refresh rate, anything else like regular OBD2 functions will be the same. Okay, we're back in the home page. What happens if I press this button? DTCs. I don't know, it's not doing anything. Let me do it again. Don't know what to say there. Let me try shutting the engine off and then turn the key on. So this is key on, engine off. Let's press that button again. Okay, so it does not want to read DTCs via that button, but maybe I'm doing it wrong. Again, I did not read the instructions. VIN function, will it read the VIN? It will read the VIN, great. So that works. And then emissions, or the monitor, the readiness monitors. This is very useful, and I like the way that it is displayed with either DTCs on, off, incomplete monitors. So this would tell you were ready to go to have your emissions tested. Okay. So I think that's it for first impressions. I do like the tool. I'm very impressed for the price, especially. I would probably, for what this is and the things that it can do, I would expect to pay like $100 for something like this. But it's actually $18. Very impressive. I would buy it. Would buy. Okay, I think that's it. Please do comment on this video if you would like to see more of these kinds of videos, more of these kinds of tools, because hey, that stranger on the internet did send me some links to some other related tools. One of them looked like a higher grade, like the next level up, a consumer grade scan tool. Please do comment on this video, because I'm sure the stranger from the internet is going to watch this video and they're going to read the comments and they're going to want to know, hey, should I send Dad's Garage more tools? Yay, nay? Okay, let us know. Thank you.